This time of year, many of us are grateful to spend time with family, but there are so many children who don't have families. And that's why Austin-based nonprofit, the Miracle Foundation, is raising money to find homes for 100 children. Miracle Foundation founder Caroline Boudreaux is joining us this morning. Good morning to you.
Morning.
So first and foremost, let's start by telling us a little bit about the Miracle Foundation and the work of the group.
So Miracle Foundation was started 20 years ago, almost exactly 20 years ago. I used to work in television, actually, and my best friend and I decided we would quit our jobs and take a trip and go to India. So we went to India and we were volunteering, and we accidentally bumped into this orphanage, and we walked into this orphanage and we were so horrified about what we saw there. These hungry, filthy, empty looking children. I mean, it looked like a concentration camp. We had dinner with them, and then after dinner we were calling them Velcro babies, because they would just attach to you. They just didn't have any affection. And I picked up this little baby girl and rocked her to sleep, because it happened to be Mother's Day.
Oh, wow.
And I put her to sleep on this wooden bed, and just the minute I heard her bones hit that bed, I just thought, wow, somebody better help these children. And so came back to Austin and started working in hundreds of orphanages around India to improve the standards of care. And now we're trying to empty these orphanages. We're trying to get children back into a family. And there's all kinds of families all around the world that want them. And so we just want to make sure that kids can get home to a family. Very good to have kinship care in these places where the grandmother or the aunt or the cousin or the sister can take them if just given a little bit of help. So our goal is to have an orphan-free world by 2040.
Wow, big goal.
Big goal.
But you feel like it's doable, and you guys have something going on now to try to prepare for that. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing.
We're doing something called Home for the Holidays. You know, one of the things that we're doing with the children is we're talking to them directly and saying, how are you doing? Do you want to stay in this orphanage, or do you want to go home? Do you want to find a family? And oftentimes they have an idea of who they want to go home to.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So we talk to the families, we prepare them, very much like an adoption. We prepare them and do an assessment of how the family's doing and what they would need to take the kid home. And we've been very successful so far. So it costs about $1,200 to send a kid home, to send a kid back to a family from an orphanage. And we're trying to get 100 kids home for the holidays.
Yeah. And so that money, how is that money used? Tell us.
Well, it's going to depend on exactly what the family needs.
Right.
So if a family needs money for transportation to school, we're going to pay for that. If the kids need clothing, we're going to pay for that. Sometimes they just need a roof or some furniture. It's not and then of course that also pays for the training of the families and making sure that the families are doing well, and the post-placement reports that we're doing.
Yeah.
And so it covers everything soup to nuts, and it's sustainable because you only have to get them there once.
Right, and then you're done. So if folks want to donate to this cause, tell us how they can do that.
Go to miraclefoundation.org and support our Home for the Holidays campaign. And there are problems that we're going to have to live with, and there are problems that are solvable, and we think this problem is solvable.
All right, so let's all pitch in and help solve it. Thank you so much, Caroline, for being here with us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
If you guys missed any of this, we're going to upload this interview and the information onto KVUE.com right after the newscast. We'll be right back.